Hey, Southern Mail here. How are you tonight, guys? I know it's been a minute. Life had really kept me jumping here for a while. But I'm back, and the channel is going to change just a little bit, but hopefully making for the better. But yeah, it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. When I started working on this, I was really reflecting on my life, and I know a lot of guys need to reflect on theirs a bit too. Some of the things that have come at you. And I had started off with my toys. The toys I've had over the years, the ones I really enjoy. How much work and effort was put into obtaining them. Kind of fascinating, really, when you think about it. We will do some crazy things just trying to get what we think we just can't live without. And then, of course, you have your loves. And this is one of mine. I was a biker since I've been about 16. I'm a few years older than that now. But I, over the years, loved the sport so much. Had people refer to me as, man, you are no fair weather rider, are you? It's like, no. If there wasn't snow and ice on the road, I was on my motorcycle. Rain didn't stop me. Cold weather didn't stop me. Extreme heat didn't stop me. I was riding my bike back and forth to work every day. And that was about a 45-mile drive on interstates, so it sometimes got a little cool. But I loved it. The wind in your face, and in the spring and fall, the cool breeze blowing through. It was just fantastic. And I loved modifying the motorcycle. And it was just a wonderful experience. Matter of fact, me and my ex-wife had a lot of good times on that thing. We'd take trips just to take a trip. We'd be going up to a small town about 20 miles north of us to get a bite to eat. And the next thing we know, we'd go, hey, let's go up here and take a look at this. And we were on a 900-mile road trip, and it was just what we did. Loved it. Totally loved it. One of the big loves in my life. I think I'm getting a little up in the years for the riding the bike anymore. So I'm making a few changes in my life, adjusting for age, but still making fun. But that was one of the, looking at the fun parts. Then I met my soon-to-be wife. Guys, if you had to sit down and say this is something that you would want your woman to be, she was. She was beautiful. She was hot. I had, in 21 years of marriage, never had that woman reject me. Never. And many times I would go to bed dead tired, and she wasn't quite ready to go to sleep. Very hot-blooded woman. Great gal. Just a great gal. We're still friends. Not as close as we used to be, but still good friends. And I admire her for the woman she was. But she was a woman. And we spent our life building a family. We had a house and all the little gadgets that go with it, and the home repairs and the new roofs. And she had two kids when we met. They were small children, very small. And then we had two of our own, and it was a great life together. It just, everything seemed to be working. You couldn't ask. We was that ideal couple, okay? That people say, man, that's what we want to see in a marriage. We were planning for, when the kids are gone and we were home alone again, to do like our parents did. We both came out of good families. You know, parents were out walking the beaches and enjoying their retirements, and really believed and loved each other. And that's kind of where our goals were, to be those people, you know. And that was what we planning for and dreaming of. So it was a good life. I can't complain. I would probably do it again, I guess. But then the company that I worked for lost its government contract. And during a time of, you know, economic turndown all over the country, and lost my job. Couldn't get another one. I mean, you couldn't hardly get a job at McDonald's, you know. And I definitely couldn't pay our bills on that. She was working. But a man, when he loses focus, loses his meaning, you know, his very essence, which if you ask a guy, you know, what do you do? Or, you know, what are you? It's always, I'm a welder, I'm an electrician, I'm a computer programmer. We put a lot of stock into our professions. Well, eventually, women are a little bit, well, it's in their genetics. They lose patience, and then as the guy becomes depressed and frustrated, son of a gun, you know, she sees that as weakness. And that big, strong biker that she married had turned into a guy who was in a state of panic. So I understand where she was coming from to some degree. She handled it poorly, I thought, and I'm not going to rehash all that. But it leads to the divorce. You know, that's where you end up, in the divorce courts, going through that whole rigmarole. And pretty much when you've gone through a divorce rape, and they say you never know a woman truly until you meet her in divorce court. And that's very true, because it's just a non-caring situation. I would treat a stranger better than that. You don't care what happens to them at that point, it seems. And you're left in a desperate, hopeless situation. You're already suffering from a lack of income, and now you're homeless, basically, and trying to put your life back together again. That's when you have to stand up, guys, and look inward when you've really been body slammed like that. And that's when you understand you want to build a life that nobody can take away from you now. And as you gain strength and pour your heart and soul into it, you find you don't have time for the dating and for the nonsense. And you begin to find out, I enjoy solitude. I enjoy the peace and quiet. I enjoy being able to stay focused on what I'm doing. Because the greatest revenge to an ex, believe it or not, is for you to live a happy, successful life. They start kicking their own butts. I know I've had mine do that. Actually, come back to talk. We parted as friends. So, you gotta understand, it's inside you. Don't let these kind of situations beat you down, and then use your head going forward. You have a life to lead. Lead it the best possible way. Is it going to take hard work to have the funds to do that? Sure it is. But when you're done, you do what you want to do. You know, as you get a little older and start taking more time off, you know, it's all about you at that point and what your desires are. If you want to go fish for 2 weeks, you go fish. Enjoy your life. I guess the main point of this is your future is inside you. It's in your heart. Utilize it. Become the best you can be. Have a good day. Talk to you soon.